Okay, hello guys, and welcome to another video in the real world. So this is going to be a bit different, as you could probably tell from the title. First of all, I have my brother Emmett here. That was unnecessarily loud. And I have a whole bunch of magic cards, as you can see. These were given to me by me and my brother from a friend of my dad's who came over to play some games. And she's just like, "Hey, do you kids play Magic?" And Dad's just like, "Yes." And then she's just like, "Well, have all these." And then she puts down like 400 Magic cards. So we're gonna open them. Not all. We're gonna open a few of them in this video. So let's get started here. I mean, it's not technically an opening, because, you know,
they're already open.
They're open. And they're all look relatively old to me, so let's just get started here.
And by the way, I'm going to be counting how many cards he has.
So here we have a Blighted Shaman. I'm going to try to make it possible to read. So it looks like this guy is a black mana. He is a Summon Cleric, apparently. You can sacrifice a creature or sacrifice a swamp and get stuff. That's cool. We have a Breath Stealer. +1, okay, that's cool. So, this guy, he's a 2/2, very useful. I forgot to mention this guy's a 1/1, not very powerful. This guy's a 2/2, but with a bit of magic mana, you can make him a, 3/1, so that's pretty cool. Bone Harvest is an instant, so that's what you play immediately. Put any number of target creature cards from the graveyard on top of your library. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. I'm not sure what that means, but, okay, so I think that's just like, hey, you can get some creatures back from the dead. Very nice. These are a bit mixed up. I have looked at a few of them. I'm just going to put those there. Cadaverous Knight. He's a Summon Knight. He's a 2/2. Oh, I have a bunch of multiple of these. And he is a Flanking. When a creature without flanking is assigned to block this creature, the block creature gets mine. Okay, that's really cool. So, essentially, it just makes blocking a bit less useful. So here we have Alarum. Untap, target non-attacking creature. This creature gets +1/3 until end of turn. So this is essentially just for guarding, it looks like. It'll make it so if you have a creature that's not attacking, you can untap him, plus give him +1/+3, so he can do some more guarding stuff. Here you have Binding Agony. For each 1 damage dealt to enchanted creature, Binding Agony deals 1 damage to the creature's controller. So, so it looks like you might be able to enchant your other person's, you know, the other magic players, the other planeswalker's card, and then creature, and then you will be able to do damage to him, so that's pretty cool. I think you have another Binding Agony. Alarum, we already saw this one. Malevolent Unicorn. Whenever a spell assigns damage to a creature or player, that damage is reduced by 1. So, oh, it's a summon. It's a 1/2. So, it looks like, when this is in play, spells do 1 less damage, which is pretty cool. So here we have a Summon Wizard. He's a 1/1. Or she, I can't really tell. Target creature gets +0/+1 until the end of turn if you give it a green mana and tap it, or if you give it a water mana, put target creature you control on top of the owner's library. So you essentially just put them on top of your deck, I guess. That's pretty cool. Here we have a Sorcery, Cloaking Sands. Destroy target non-swamp land. So you can destroy any land that is non-swamp. And if it's non-basic, then it does damage, so that's pretty cool. Here we have another one of the same. Cloak of Invisibility. Enchanted creature gains phasing and cannot be blocked except by walls, so that's pretty cool. You can't, the person gains phasing, I'm not 100% sure what that does, and they're blocked. So I'm hoping you guys can read this, but this is a enchant. So here we have Summon Rhinos. It has a trample, and it's an 8/4. An 8/4? Oh, wow, that's useful. That's really awesome. This is super powerful. However, as you can see, it takes a lot of mana. 6 basic and 2 green. We have another Crash of Rhinos. Crypt Cobra. If Crypt Cobra attacks and is not blocked, defending player gets a poison counter. So this poisons your guy, and he's a 3/3. Pretty cool. Here we have Dazzling Beauty. Play only when defense is chosen. I'm sure what that means. Target unblocked creature is considered blocked. Okay, that's cool. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So it just looks like it blocks a creature that isn't blocked, which is very useful. Okay, I'm going to get a few more. That was all I had in my hand, but we have plenty more. Probably going to have to do a two-parter here. So here we have a Dirtwater Wraith. It has Swamp Walk and has and if you use 1 Dark Energy, +1, +0 until end of turn. So that's very cool. It's a 1/3. Put target artifact or enchantment on top of the owner's library. So you can just put anything on top of a deck, I think. I think that library means deck. It might mean hand. I'm not 100% sure about that. And yeah, that's just a sorcery or something. Divine Offering. Destroy target artifact. Gain an amount of life equal to the artifact's casting cost. So we just gain life depending on how much the artifact is essentially worth, which is cool, and it's destroyed. So I can't tell if it has to be ours. I don't think it does. I think we can destroy the opponents. So you have Drain Life. For each black mana you spend, in addition to the casting cost, Drain Life deals 1 damage to target player. So it's 1 normal mana plus 1 black mana, but for each one you do, it's Drain Life, meaning you'll gain life and you'll lose life. That's cool. Here you have Dread Spectre. Whenever a Dread Spectre blocks or is blocked by a non-black creature, destroy that creature at the end of combat. So, if this guy's anything basically happens with blocking, they're dead. That's cool. Oh, he's a 2/2. Draw 3 cards, choose 2 cards from your hand, and put on either at the top or bottom of your library. So you essentially just draw 3 cards, choose 2 cards from your hand, and put them on the bottom or top. That's cool. Dream Fighter here. Whenever Dream Fighter blocks or is blocked by a creature, Dream Fighter and the creature phase out. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm pretty sure that's good. Dwarven Nomad. Target creature with power 2 or less is unblocked this turn, and it's a 1/1. So it's, oh god, and I think that costed some mana. No, it just tapped. So you tap him, and then that happens, so that's cool. Or her. I can't really tell. Is that a he or a her? I don't know. Here you have a Ebony Char. I don't know what to say. Choose 1 target opponent, lose 1 life, and you gain 1 life, or remove from the game up to 3 cards in any player's graveyard, or a target creature cannot be blocked, but blah blah blah. I don't know. That. Whatever, it's kind of random. If any creature you control attacks, okay, that's awesome. So, if this guy's able to attack, you send someone else to attack, he attacks. That's really cool. I think that might mean you don't have to tap him. No, I think it means if you untap him, he can attack multiple times, which is really cool. Because if you didn't know, on Magic, you can attack on any part of your turn, so you can attack and do something, and then you can continue to attack, so I think so. But basically, you could attack, then he attacks, then untap him and attack, using a card or something. Oh, he's a 3/4, so pretty good. He costs 3 basic mana and 1 fire mana. He can do Griffin, flying, and has first strike, and he's a 2/2, so that's pretty cool. Elixir of Vitality, I don't know. Elixir of Vitality comes into play tapped. Okay, so he immediately taps it. So, you can sacrifice it to gain 4 life, or you can sacrifice it, or by using 8 mana, you can sacrifice it to gain 8 life. But it does cost mana, so that's important. We have a whole bunch of enfeeblements here, so we're just going to read one of them. Enchanted creature gets -2/-2, so that's one for your, your opponent. You quickly play this guy on him, you're just like, he brings out his all-powerful card, just like, no, enfeeblement, and then boom. So that's pretty cool. So here we go. It was 3. Emmett is keeping track of things very nicely.
So far we have, what was it? So far we have 34 cards.
And if you didn't know, I have like a full deck of Magic cards. That's like 5 of those long or something. I didn't bother to count, but it's like really long, so. It's not just camera tricks or anything. Okay. So here we have Unfavorable Destiny. As long as the enchanted creature's controller controls at least one other creature, enchanted creature cannot be the target of this. Okay, so as long as this one is not alone, so you enchant a creature, and so long as it's not alone, it cannot be targeted by spells or effects. And as long as enchanted creature is white, so it's that kind of mana, it gains +1/+2, or it has this kind of background thing. Flanking. Attacking does not cause ferment. Okay, that's cool. So you play a white mana, and he doesn't have, and he can he doesn't have to tap to be attacked. So he could attack then guard, which is super cool. And it costs, and he has flanking, and he has 2/2, so that's cool. That was 2/11.
Oh, 2?
Yep. Eferment Scouts. It's just a 1/4, basic 1/4, so not very special. He just has a lot of flavor text. Here we go. We have a Summon a Night Stalker. It's a flying 2/1, not very important. 2 Feral Shadows. No, 3. 4 maybe? I don't know. Fetid Horror. So you gain, if you use one, it's a Summon Shade. And if you use +1/+1, then if you I'm getting all my words mixed up here. If you use 1 black mana, it gains +1/+1. So very cool. It's a 1/2. So you can make it a 2/3. Here we have more Fetid Horrors. Here we have Fire Breathing. I think we have a bunch of these. No, only 2. We have a whole bunch of Fogs though. No, only 2. Again, wow. Getting everything wrong here. So if you're wondering, my deck is actually, it's white-green, so a whole bunch of these I can't use, but I should be able to use Fog, whatever it does. So enchanted creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So that's essentially really simple. I think the first one is attack. I'm not even sure about that, I need to check that, but that means it essentially just makes him do 1 more damage until the end of the turn. And it is an enchant creature. I think that's an instant. 2 Fire Breathings. Here you have 2 Fogs. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. So you can play on your opponent's turn because it's an instant, and then it does that. And it only takes 1 green mana. Here you have 4 Tag. If you sacrifice a forest, +2/+2 until end of turn. So very useful. That costs 1 land.
We're up to 50.
Green mana. That's cool. And it's a 1/2. Giant Mantis. Giant Mantis can block creatures with flying. So that's really cool. He's not flying, but he can block creatures that are flying, which is, look at him. He's holding the Pegasus in his hands. That's cool. And he's a 2/4, so that's pretty cool. Gibbering Hyenas. Hyenas cannot block black creatures. So that's a pretty big negative. It's pretty cheap for a 3/2, I think. And it just can't block black creatures. So that's going to do nothing against my brother's deck. So this is a summon Goblin. Wait, what? No, that's good for you.
Never mind.
If Goblin Elite Infantry, okay, this is the Goblin Elite Infantry, summon Goblin. It is that much cost. It's a 2/2, and if Goblin Elite Infantry blocks or is blocked, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's not very good at blocking, and it shouldn't be blocked. But if you can avoid that, then it can do some serious damage. So this is a Goblin Tinkerer, and with a red mana and a tap, it can destroy a target artifact. That artifact deals an amount of damage equal to the casting cost to Goblin Tinkerer. So that's pretty cool. So 1/2. It's 1/2. That's pretty cool. And here we have Granger Guildmage, and he has white mana and he's a tap. Target creature gains first strike until end of turn. So you can make any guy have first strike. You can even make this guy get first strike, I suppose. And the Granger Guild Mage deals 1 damage to target creature or player and 1 damage to you if you use a red mana. And it's 1/1. So guys, I think that's going to be the end of it for today. So we got through a whole bunch of Magic cards. As you can see, I'm getting them all mixed up.
56 cards.
If you were correct, you might have missed a few.
Yeah,
so we got this many cards, and look how many more there are. So we're definitely going to do some more pack openings. I think that's enough for today. So like, subscribe, all that stuff. Look around this storage area of our house, I guess. I don't know what to call it. It's just the place where we play a bunch of games. We have a whole bunch of games there. Sorry, sliders. Sorry. That's something. Ascension, I think. We had the Pokemon Champion Island, because we're awesome like that. Some DDR stuff. Nintendo 64 games. Anyone like this Nintendo? Okay, whatever. So like, subscribe, all of that stuff, and